Okay. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome everybody from Germany and here in the United States on Tuesday, October 25th. I just want to welcome you guys to our weekly Zoom, just kind of helping you guys grow your business and answering questions and just one of the biggest things, and I think it's great, is that we're able to share these EHT testimonials. And when we had EHT, like I said in the past, we didn't have these testimonials, so we were just kind of sharing, hey, try this, see what happens. Hey, try this, see what happens. But the past few weeks, we've had these amazing stories, and I know it's getting you guys excited to have EHT. And today, you saw, Angela, you commented, but you saw that I posted about EHT, and everybody's kind of telling their comments about what EHT's done for them, and that's just like a before and after picture. So one of the people that I wanted to come on and share is Shannon. She's actually on our team. She's actually part of your upline support. So she's part of your upline support, and she's a senior director. Her story is pretty incredible. So I want her to go ahead and share it. And go ahead, Shannon. Thank you for coming on.
Well, hi, everybody. Good evening. It's daytime here. It's great to be on the Zoom with you guys and for me to share my story with you. And you can always message me if you have any questions or want me to talk to anybody for you. But basically, Monique introduced me to Nerium, and we just had one product, the night cream. So I was using the night cream. It was working great. And a couple of years in, I ended up getting cancer. And so I decided to go through chemotherapy, and I went through the chemotherapy. I started the chemotherapy, and about just happenstance at the same time, EHT came out with Nerium. Now we thought it was for people with Alzheimer's, help with memory. That's really all we knew about it. And I wanted to try the product just because it was a new Nerium product. At the same time, the chemotherapy was destroying my brain immediately in the first month. And I was hoping that I could work my job in between chemotherapy appointments. But what happened was I got this terrible brain fog, chemo brain, call it what you want. Basically, I would think of something and the words wouldn't come out of my mouth. I think that's probably what Alzheimer's feels like. And I couldn't really function even in between appointments, in between chemotherapy. So I really didn't use EHT for that. There was nothing that said it would help with chemo brain, but I wanted to try it just because it was a new product. So I brought that product and a bunch of other products to my oncologist to say, can I take this product during chemo? And she read there was science on it. We have science if you need it. The paper, the green sheets. Actually, it's not called that. It's called something else. We had the paperwork on it, the white sheets. And she read through it and she looked at the product ingredients and she goes, I don't know what it'll do for you, but it can't hurt you. But she told me the other things I brought in, I absolutely could not take. They were all natural products. She said, absolutely not. But this one, she said, try it. Let me know how it works. She did not know it was with Nerium or the company I was representing. I just asked her if I could try it. So I tried the product, and within a couple weeks, my brain was crystal clear. And that fog totally went away. I was able to put my thoughts together. I was able to work. It just totally cleared it up. And it was amazing. It was quick and it stayed. And what I found out from other people that had gone through chemo is that chemo fog can stay a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or forever. So, and then a bunch of stories came in. People were talking about that, when they tried it, it really helped clear up their mind. So if you know anybody that's about to go through chemotherapy or has been through it, or even if they're 2, 3 years, 10 years out, ask them, is your brain the same? Are you crystal clear? How's your memory? Do you feel a little foggy? Because they probably do. So this little pill helped me continue to work, continue to take care of my daughter, and I don't have any lingering brain activity from that chemo just because of this one little pill. And in some cases, when people are recovering from strokes or different major things, we will ask them to double up on the product. The doctors say that. So if one's not working, take 2. And you want to make sure you're taking it with a healthy fat. So with a handful of almonds or some avocado or some eggs with olive oil or butter, because it absorbs with a healthy fat. So that's a must. So when people are taking it, they can take it mid-morning or whenever they want. Mid-morning's probably good with a healthy fat. But it saved me. It was unbelievable. So we want to be careful when we make claims. So you just want to tell them people's stories. You can tell them it, helps repair the neurons in your brain. You can tell them all the science behind it. But when we're saying it helps people recover from Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, stroke, chemo brain, that kind of stuff, you want to be very careful. You just want to say, it might help for you. I know someone who tried it and it really helped her. And then you can give them my name. You can show them this video. You can text me. You can just tell these stories, because we don't make medical claims. But I'm here to tell you, it saved me. It was amazing. So I know Monique wanted me to come on and tell you that, firsthand story, and it was quick. And I probably heard 100 other stories from people that have different brain issues, and they have had a lot of help with that. So if you have any questions, go for it. Thanks, Monique.
Also, real quick, Shannon, I see Angela has a question, but I want to ask you, I know most of your customers are now using EHT. You have a lot of customers that have EHT. How do you share EHT with your friends and your family? Because now that it's coming to Europe, it's coming in October. I mean, it's coming in a couple weeks. And can you give any tips on how to share with their friends and family?
Well, we started with a skin product. So people will say, oh, you look good or whatever, or what's your business? Any kind of question they ask. And I will say, I work with anti-aging products, and they go, oh, I want to look younger. They'll say something like that. And I'll say, well, I'm really excited about our skincare products, but I'm more excited about our brain and gut products. And then I'll start talking about the brain products, and they'll go, what do you mean? And I go, well, if you know anybody who's suffering from results of a stroke, you have kids who have ADHD, if you're getting older, if you're having decreased memory, or you just want to keep your brain intact. My daughter's been using it since she was 13 years old. It pretty much benefits everybody. So I just kind of open it up, and then they'll start asking questions, and they'll tell me somebody who has one of those. Somebody had a stroke, or they're losing their memory, or kids have ADHD. They're going to tell me a story, and I'll say, you should try it. Just try it. It can't hurt them. It can only help them. Try it for 90 days. I'm pretty confident you'll have some results. So that's how they refer to other people. So I have a lot of people that will get it for their family members. They get it for themselves. But when I talk about my anti-aging, I always say I'm most excited about our brain product, or whatever one you want to talk to. And then they'll be like, brain, what? Or you can ask people, what are you doing for your brain health? Just when you're having a conversation, what are you doing for your brain health? And they aren't doing anything for their brain health. Nobody is. So, we have to take care of our brain. It's our computer. And just open up the conversation. And I just kind of educate them. And because it really is, my daughter, she's been taking it since she was 13, and she has no issues. But as soon as she started taking it, she would go to her karate class. She's really good at karate. And for 2 different visits, the sensei's asked me to go, oh my gosh, she's amazing today. She didn't need any warm up. She was super sharp. I mean, what the heck did you do to her? And I just go, oh, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. Then they said it again a couple days later. They go, what is different about her? And then I put it together. It was the EHT. So it gives people focus. It helps with their attention. It helps them be sharp. So it helps with sports. We have kids that have ADHD that raise their grades from C's to B's to A's because they can focus better. They can pay more attention. And we have to pay attention. When we're going to be in this business, providing solutions for people, we have to be good listeners and ask questions and say, so what's going on with your family? What's going on in your life? And they'll tell you everything. They'll talk about their parents, their kids, themselves, and you probably have a solution for them. You may not be able to say it right then and there, but write it down because when you loop back around in a week or two with them, you can ask them about it and then offer a nice solution. You don't want to come off, of course, as, giving them tons of products, trying to sell them something. But if we really care about people, and I think we all do, that's why we're in this business, you'll hear something that EHT will benefit them. My kid takes it, my mom takes it, I take it. My mom calls them her Smarty pills. She is not losing her memory, but we all will. We all do lose it a little bit. She does crossword puzzles every week, and she times herself. She's been timing herself for 20 years. She writes down how many minutes it takes. It usually takes about 22 minutes to do the New York Times crossword puzzle. Since she's been taking EHT, she's down to about 16 minutes. She says if she ever heard it in her lifetime, she's able to recall it now. It's like a Rolodex just got opened up in her head. So those are stories you want to write down and you want to remember. And I mean, everybody wants to be sharp. Nobody wants to not be sharp. So So listen for those things and you'll be able to provide a solution.
Awesome. Thank you. And then Angela, you had a question. Go ahead.
Do you know, or is the same doses for everyone from these pills, or if you have this kind of illness, do you need more than the other persons? How do you determine how many your body needs?
That's a good question. The dosage is the same. You know, usually dosage change based on our size and our weight. This dosage is 1 tablet a day, unless you have something like I mentioned. If you've had a severe brain issue, you know, you have a concussion, stroke, kind of stuff. I know a lot of holistic doctors who are upping the dose for them. Usually in the doctors, Dr. Stock, they said, take 2 a day with even like a tablespoon of olive oil with a healthy fat. Take 2 a day. I know one holistic doctor who's treating a Parkinson's patient. He wasn't having results with 1 or 2, so she got him up to 4, which is sounds like a lot, but she got him off of all of his own Parkinson's medications. And his symptoms, he was having symptoms for many years, and he's doing so much better. So it's not a straight answer, but say if they have issues, try 2 and see if it's helping. If it's not, you can try more. You can email one of us and we can put you in contact with one of those doctors.
Yeah, and I've also heard, Angela, you know, I've tried to when I needed it, and it was too much for me because I was too wired all day. Like, not wired, but I felt like it was too much, and I don't know how to describe it. It didn't feel bad. I knew I only needed 1. But when we go to conference and, you know, I have little sleep and I'm not feeling, you know, I'm tired, I take 2 and I'm fine. But I wouldn't be able to take 2 on a regular basis. Hold on. Sorry, there's some man walking in my yard, through my yard to the backyard. Hold on. You guys keep talking. Sorry.
There's a woman in Nerium, and she had a stroke 2 years earlier. And the doctor said, this is as good as you're going to get. So she couldn't really watch TV. She couldn't get on the computer. She couldn't walk without a walker. That was the best she was going to get. So she started taking 1 EHT a day, and it didn't really do that much. And then a couple months in, she actually met Dr. Stock. She met the doctor at a conference, and she told him, and he's the one that told her, take a tablespoon of olive oil with it. Within a week or less than a week, her symptoms started to improve. And after just a few weeks' time, she's able to do all of those things. She's up dancing without her walker, without a cane. She's watching TV, she's reading, she's doing everything the doctor said she couldn't do. And that's upping it to 2 after 1 didn't do anything. So I would say, you know, try 1 for a month or 2, 1 a day. And then if you're not getting results, up it.
And in the other day, they told us it's also very good for doing sport because you will have more energy in it. But is not this something that can qualify for doping when you make some sports?
That's a great question. It's great for athletes, and it's a very clean product. So any athlete, Olympians, regular athlete can take it. It does not come up as a drug. It has a clean bill. Monique can tell you what that's called, but we have the certification so that
it's BCSG certified.
There you go. And it is help with sports because it helps with muscle recovery. So athletes that are sore the next day from lifting or running, they'll find that they really aren't sore. It helps with muscle recovery, helps with focus. Our Vicky Downey, her kids are weightlifters, and they use EHT only. They might be using the Youth Factor now, but I know before they weren't using any other supplements except for EHT, and it really helped with their performance. And it's helped a lot of athletes. I know a lot of runners, and it works great. But yes, it's clean. Good questions.
Yeah, I'm sending a couple sheets in the WhatsApp of the papers on that, what we have on the BCSG and the paper that's on the athletic supplement part. So I'm sending that to you guys. Olga had her hand raised too. Olga, you had a question?
Yeah, my aunt was diagnosed with cancer. She just finished like a month ago, the chemotherapy, but she's also she has also diabetes. The people who have diabetes, they can use the product.
Mhm.
These products work great with any other medications. They don't contradict with any other medications. So yes, she can take it. We don't have anything that says it messes up diabetes. It doesn't change your sugar levels or anything like that. I don't know if
Yeah.
it'll help her diabetes, but it won't hurt. Any other medications people are taking, they can still take this.
And Olga, it's called what they say about it's clean profile. So if you look up what a supplement or any kind of medicine that's a clean profile, you'll read what the description is. But yeah, it does not interact with any other medications. My mom is diabetic. She takes insulin every day. She has heart medication. My mom is on like 16 different medications, and she's been using EHT for 3 years off and on because that's another story, but she uses it and there's nothing that interacts with what she
Right.
has.
It's called no contraindications. That's the word, I think. It means it does not mix poorly with any other medications, which is huge because really hardly any supplements can say that.
Right.
It's a huge.
And it's
important.
patented. So that's the other part. It's a patented product. So it's very hard to get a patent on a product. And when you do get a patent, it has to go through the government, has to go through a bunch of tests, a bunch of things. So that's a big deal for it to be patented for us.
Right. Yeah.
And exclusive to us. Nobody else has this at all, period.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Olga.
The other question, I sent it today in the morning. Last week, when was that, the mom of my son was visiting, no, a friend was visiting my son, and the mom couldn't pick him up on time because she was having really strong migraines. It's in English, migraine. Do you know if that helps to relieve or to the symptoms? I don't know. I have never experienced that, but the pain, to make it like lower, like relieve it. Do you know if that helps?
Yes, and that along the lines of what Shannon said, we can't make medical claims that it helps with migraines, but I can tell you there's story after story after story that it's helped people with their migraines. The lady who was on last week, Deborah from Canada, she suffers from severe migraines as well, and it has helped her a tremendous amount. So she's a resource we could use to ask about that. I don't know, Shannon, do you have people who had migraines that have used it?
I've had people have migraines, some it worked for, some it did not. Because as we know, there's different source for migraines. There's different causes of the migraines and different triggers and foods and wine and all kinds of stuff. So I just tell people, it may or may not work for you. It works for some other people, try it. That's all I can tell them. And some it works, some it doesn't.
And and along the lines with that, because it's going to work for some, not going to work for others, and meaning that not that it doesn't necessarily work for them. It may not work for a specific thing, like our night cream. People use a night cream and say, oh, I don't like it because it's not getting rid of this one wrinkle, but their whole face looks better. I mean, it's just there's little pieces that it may not help with. However, sometimes they just need it longer. Sometimes they need 2. Sometimes they need 3. So, you have to, it's going to be tailored to each person. And I mean, I knew that for me, it only took a couple weeks for me to see something. But my boyfriend at the time, he didn't see anything for 3 months. He didn't feel it. He didn't see it. And now he's not on it. And I can tell that he's not on it. And he even says, I know there's something different. I know it's because I stopped taking EHT a year ago. And I said, you probably should budget that because it's a huge difference, difference from him taking it and not taking it.
When you set the table for these products with anybody, you want to make sure they aren't looking for a quick fix. And when you post pictures and you tell stories, you don't want to say this happened in a week or 2 weeks or a month. Even if it did, you don't want to set it up. Try to say, tell people, try it for 90 days. Because even when they told us about EHT, from the stage, they told us, try it for 90 days before you decide if it has any results. And what I notice with people with migraines, if it doesn't work in 3 days, they quit. So if you can get people to try all these products for 90 days, they are going to have relief in different areas and stuff. So a lot of it's the expectation. Sometimes they don't take it consistently. With EHT, they aren't taking it with a healthy fat. You got to remind them, or they're skipping days and that kind of stuff. So like Monique said, may not work on their migraines right away, but it will be helping their brain in other ways, which eventually might stop the migraines. You just want to be careful what you promise, because you don't know. But it will repair the neurons in their brain. It will help heal their concussions. There are a lot of things you can claim with EHT. So you want to read the FAQs so you know exactly what you can say. Read the white papers that Monique is sending you.
Yeah, and I posted the white papers today in my post. There's a link that is a link to all the white papers. And so if you look at my EHT post today, it's in the body of my post, and you can see it says go to there for the white papers.
Right. And the white papers are good when people go, oh, I need to talk to my doctor. They may or may not talk to their doctor, but you just send them that link and say, send this to your doctor. It's called the white papers, which means it's all the science, clinical studies behind it. I don't know if they ever read it, but just the fact that they have those papers is huge, because other supplements do not. Any other questions on that?
Thank you.
The questions? Okay. Well, thank you, Shannon. I'm gonna share a little bit about what it did for me on the part I didn't talk about the last time, and then we're gonna go into the rest of the just a few more minutes of our training. So thank you for taking time out today. I appreciate you jumping on.
Thank you, ladies. You can all add me as a friend on Facebook if you're on Facebook, and we can communicate that way. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. So one of the other things that I told Terry, I didn't mention it the last time, but I mentioned it today on my post, and I wanted to share it with you. So when I started taking EHT, I was skeptical, just like most people are, and I didn't think I needed it. I didn't think it would work for anything. But I've had chronic fatigue syndrome since I was 17, and I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a virus, sort of like it's an autoimmune deficiency disease that you have, and I've had it since 17. I was almost hospitalized because I wore myself out. My white blood cell count was like through the roof, and my mom had to come and get me out of school. Like I was in college and I was like in bed for 4 days, and nobody knew what was going on. It was because I was working full time. I was going to school full time. I had just lost my father. I had stress up the yin yang, so this came on. And ever since then, I went to a holistic doctor. I took a lot of holistic medicines to balance me out. And I wasn't really suffering from a lot of things that I did when I was 17. So as I got older, I knew how to manage it. And what I mean is, you guys see my schedule and you see how I'm so crazy busy. Well, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if I was that busy, which I was, I would have to stop and go take a nap. I would have to stop, take a day off. I would have to just be alone. I would have to, I couldn't work out in the morning because I'd be exhausted all day. My body just got really drained and really tired all the time. And once I felt that, I would get sick. So I would just go to bed. I had a very low immune system. I've always had a very low immune system. Being a babysitter, being around children, they just sneeze and I was sick for weeks, and it was just constant. And people always said that, oh, you're going to get sick again. Somebody sneezed on you. And it was a joke. And so I just kind of managed it, and it didn't bother me. I just kind of learned to live with it. So when I took EHT, a couple things that happened right away was, for the past 10 years, I always have to wake up, go to Starbucks, and get my venti iced coffee. That was what I had to do. Every barista in the Starbucks near my house knew me. I'd walk in and they'd have it made for me. That's how much I went. But that was the only thing that would get me going. It was the only thing that would pep me up and keep me going for the day. As soon as I started taking EHT, within a couple days, I realized I didn't need that coffee. I didn't need that pick-me-up. And I was like, I don't need my coffee. Well, I can tell you, I don't go to Starbucks every day. I've taken EHT since it came out 3 years ago. I make coffee because I like the taste of coffee, but I'll have a little taste of coffee. I don't need this big old venti coffee. And then sometimes when I still buy it because I like it, I never finish it. I always throw it away. So I noticed that. And then I noticed I wasn't getting sick. I noticed I was around, like I would go to babysit and the kids would sneeze. His kids were sick. I'm like, oh, great, I'm going to get sick again. And I wasn't getting sick. And I'm like, this is interesting. So in the 3 years, I've had maybe a little bit of a cold here and there, but it only lasts like a day or two. And if once I feel it coming on, I would take 2 EHTs for like 4 days just to kind of help boost my immune system, because we forget it does help the brain, but we forget how much it boosts the immune system. And that's even on the box. I'm blown away by the immune support I have, because like I said, my parents have been in and out of the hospital for the past couple years. This last year during December, everybody had the flu here. Everybody was sick. I mean, you'd go into a hospital, everybody has masks on, everybody's sick, everybody's getting flu shots, and then they're getting sick. I was in and out of the hospital in the emergency room this past December, and I saw everybody with masks. I didn't put a mask on. I made sure I washed my hands, but I never got sick like everybody else. Most of the people in Nerium who are here, nobody got sick. And we all attested to the fact of EHT because none of us got sick. My neighbor, she told me, hey, Monique, I noticed that when I come over in the middle of the day, you're not taking a nap anymore. And I didn't notice that. And I said, you're right, I don't need a nap anymore. And my energy is sustained. It just keeps me going and not drained. So what I say is that people with autoimmune deficiencies, like chronic fatigue is one. What's the other one where not osteoarthritis? I can't think of the one that affects your nerves and your hands, and I have a few friends that have it, and they've tried it and they just didn't, they saw a slight difference. I'll figure out the name. But there's autoimmune deficiencies that really take your immune system down. So you want to know, if you have people that you know that maybe are sick all the time, this is something to recommend. If you know people who lack energy, this is something you want to recommend. I mean, by the way, it's for everybody, but I wanted you to know that part of my story. The other thing, and this is just a side note, literally you don't get a hangover. You won't get a hangover if you drink too much. And I mean, that's not something you're going to really tell people, but you will not get a hangover. And I'll tell you what happened. We had the Nerium cruise, and EHT had just come out. And I mean, it's a cruise. It's all paid for. I mean, my boyfriend and I, we drank from the second we walked in, but it was like beer and then wine and then whiskey. And I mean, we were mixing all day. And we went to bed that night. We looked at each other. We're like, oh, tomorrow's going to suck. We're going to have a really bad headache. And we woke up and we're fine. We were completely fine. And we went about the day, and throughout the day, every brand partner, national marketing director, every person was like, do you have a hangover? No. Do you? No, I don't have a hangover. I don't have a hangover. Only thing that's different that we're all doing is we're taking EHT, because the amount of vitamin B12 and B6 in it, you will not get a hangover. It's just that byproduct that you don't even realize, but you will not get a hangover. So it's kind of cool. I mean, that's just for us wine drinkers at night. So that's my story. But any other questions about EHT or anybody? Oh, go raise her hand. Here we go. Let's see. Did I unmute you? There you go. Oh, I keep touching it. You keep touching it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I just heard your story, and here in Germany, when we are now in herbst, fall. We're now starting the fall. Everybody they will be sick for the next 6 months, including kids. They will, with the nose running for 6 months. But the son of a friend, he's extreme. I mean, he's always sick. I know he had heart surgery when he was a baby. I don't know, it has to do with the heart, or I haven't asked too deep to my friend if it has to do with the problem of the heart. And today, after when I was picking up my daughter, the conversation was, yes, now we need to vaccinate our kids for the flu. I never do that with my kids. I mean, yeah, they got maybe 3 days a week, they have the flu, but I consider my kids as they are very healthy. But I really want to help my friend, but the son is he will complete 6 years old the 5th of November. Do you think I should let her know about the product only with 6 years?
Yes. Yes, any age. I mean, I'm telling you, it's not going to hurt him. But what I would do is I would tell her that your company is coming out with this product. You just heard a story about somebody's whose immune system was really low. And I mean, I'm 42 now, but I was 17. It's been low. My immune system has been terrible since I was a kid. And I mean, literally, I had my appendix out, my tonsils out. I mean, I was always sick. Telling you, even before the chronic fatigue came out. So I was always a carrier, like you just don't know, but I was always sick. So with me taking it, you can tell them you heard a story and you know that this is good for children, you know this is good for all ages, and that you just want her to take a look at the information. And that's where the white papers will come in handy, because there's a section in the white papers that talks about immune support. So when you look at the white papers, they're just links, but they talk about immune support, they talk about Parkinson's, they talk about concussions, it talks about Alzheimer's, it talks about the PP2A and the tau protein, it talks about what it does. So it breaks it down for them, and they can just read that article, and then they can print that and share that with their doctor. And then they can share the ingredients with their doctor.
Okay, great.
Because that's the biggest thing. You don't want, and you also want to tell her, you know, if he's been sick for a while, let him continue to take it for a few months. Always tell them a few months. When it first came out, I was never insistent about the few months. I just said, try it. And they said after 30 days it didn't work, and I lost people. I lost customers. It didn't work. Well, now when somebody says they want to buy EHT, I said, no problem. I'll sell it to you, but you have to commit to 90 days. If you're not going to commit to 90 days, I don't even want you buying one box. Like, I am that stern with them now. I don't want you buying one box and telling me it doesn't work. You need to commit to 3 months. And they never say no now. Like before, I was afraid to say stuff like that. But because now we know that it takes time with people, you commit to 3 months, you're going to see a difference. Okay? You're welcome. Anybody else?
Keep in mind, it's a very good size tablet. 6-year-old won't be able to probably swallow it. Probably have to crush it or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what Deborah talked about last week too. So they crush it and put it in her food or in a drink or a smoothie or something. You can crush it, or you can probably break it in half, and then they can take each half. So you have that too. All right. Any other questions about EHT? And you're going to get great training if you go to if you're able to go to the training, you're going to get great training. And, you know, sometimes it's a little over your head because of what like the scientific parts, then you're listening, but you get it. Like you see their passion, you see what they worked on for 20 years. Cause I don't think his father is going, I think it's just him, but Max and his father, Jeff Stock, they've been working on this for 20 years out of Princeton University. He was trying to find something. And so when it finally came to light that this actually was working and it was actually doing what they wanted it to, it's an inventor, it's a scientist whose work finally came to fruition. So the excitement in their voice and what they're sharing and how this is working, and they are so blessed that we're the ones who have shared it with the people of the world, because they wouldn't have wanted it any other way. If this would have come out into the medical field, into the pharmaceutical line of the pharmaceutical companies, people would be charging $300 a box. No joke. This box is priceless. People would be charging so much money for this product because it actually works. I mean, and it's on a plethora of things. Again, go to my post that I posted today. Somebody talked about their menopause. Somebody talked about, you know, their sleep, their energy, their immune system again. I mean, you'll see all of these different stories that are now here for us, and it's perfect for all of you guys with this coming to Germany. Did you have anything, Ivana? Did I see you? Did you have something?
No, not about EHT. I had something to say later, a little announcement for Olga and Angela.
Okay. I think Olga raised her hand again. Let's see. Go ahead.
How do you offer or sell the product in simple words to people? I heard that Shannon said brain vitamins. What did she say?
Brain health. Like, what are you doing for your brain health? So what you just ask people what they're doing for their brain health, and then you tell them that you have a supplement that
Supplement. So
supplements.
you say that you use the word supplement.
Yes, because it's not a vitamin, it's a supplement.
Yeah, okay.
And on the box it says mind enhancement supplement.
Mind.
Mind enhancement supplement. It may say something different for you because sometimes they change the box based on the country. But make it simple. It's just for your brain. Like it's brain health. And you know, I mean, there's people who take ginkgo biloba. There's people who take all these other brain supplements that are on the commercials and whatnot. And at the time when my mom started taking EHT, she got that, and I compared she had already had something. I compared the ingredients, and our ingredients by far were so much better than what are in the other ones. And because it's patented and we see the results through the science, it's pretty incredible.
What's the name of the lady who joined us last week? The one who lives in
Canada,
and she's
nurse.
Nurse, yeah.
Deborah Bader, Bader.
Deborah.
Debra Bader, Bader. And she's one of my friends, so you can find her through me too.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me go ahead. Terry, did you have anything else?
You know, I just sent everyone like that sheet about the ice. I know we're off the EHT now, and because you guys are using the ice serum to for your before and after pictures right now, I just want to be absolutely sure you guys are using it correctly and you have information to share. And I don't know if do you both have, or I know that Ivana probably does, but Olga, do you still have the Go Prospect or Go? Not Go Prospect. What are we calling it now? Go.
It was only for a couple of months. Then they will charge you. I haven't paid anything.
Okay, so you don't have access to the.
Okay. It's Go Prospect.
Edge.
The Edge.
The Edge. Mm-hmm. All right, I just want to make sure that you guys are using it properly and you have information to share with potential customers. So did you get the information that I sent in WhatsApp? Anyone?
They said yes.
Okay. Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure, that's all.
Yeah, and I can post, I can post in the WhatsApp, I think I can post the link to how to use the eye serum. The video. So I can post that there too.
From YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ivana,
okay.
Oh, Ivana had her hand raised. You had something, Ivana? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I have the Edge. So Olga and Angela, if you need any videos, you just message me since we are not the same time zone. It's like, hey, Ivana, do you got eye serum? Hey, Ivana, you got this. I'm going to copy and paste and send it to you, and you can forward it to your friend. So it's simple.
And it is simple. The problem, this is the only problem with that.
And it's going to be in German too. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the only problem with that, and this is where I would recommend that you get your own Edge, is that when your friends click that link, it goes directly to Ivana's website. So if they see the link and then they watch the video and they want to buy and they click buy, it goes to her. So it goes directly to her account. And that's the only problem with that.
Yes, I agree with Monique. So it's very nice to have it because they register and you get a notification, they register, and every time they get emails from you with your name. Yeah.
And I understand that you guys are still building your business, so maybe you don't need it right this second, but I would definitely consider adding that as part of your business because of the resource it has now. I mean, it's a huge resource where if you can send a link to somebody and it's already linked to you, that's huge. That's huge because you don't have to do any extra work. Because you just send videos out and they click it and they can buy straight from your website, opposed to watching a video, trying to contact you, trying to get your website, trying to do an order. It just takes out that middleman. Also with the Edge now, when you pay the Edge, you get those credits in your back office for Nerian Gives Back so that you can use it for samples and other things. So you actually get credits back for it to buy products, which is great. So those are the advantages. I mean, it's $30 US dollars. So that's how much it costs to run your business that way. When you start building momentum in your business and you decide that that's what, you're like, I need to do this better, then start the Edge again. Otherwise, if you can't afford it, I understand, but if you can, do it and get the Edge. So, anything else? Oh, Ivana, you said you had something to tell them.
Yeah. So I requested my work to send me to a 1 month long school, for German. So it's intensive German language trainings where I go to school. And it's kind of immersion. And I got accepted. They will actually send me in March. And it's going to be from 2nd March to 3rd March, so the entire month of March, and it's going to be in Cologne. So I'll be in Cologne, for the whole March.
Nice.
So I get to hang out with Olga and Angela the whole time. I'm so excited. You know how hard it was for me to wait until the Zoom to tell them, because I'm really excited to see them. And I think we can, kind of like meet up. Oh, but we have to speak German. Meet up and do all this kind of stuff. So that's what I wanted to say. I was just excited. And that was my
That's going to be fun.
Zoom.
That's going to be fun. And then you could do parties together and you can help everybody out. Oh, that'd be fun.
So
Fun on the horizon for sure.
Yeah,
fun on the horizon.
All 3 of us, it's gonna be fun when we are like much closer than when we are,
Woo!
Yep, absolutely. And then, okay, so I'm going to finish it up real quick. So I want you to see, oh, and Angela, I looked up your ADO. It's pending payment. So it is there, but you have to pay it. And when I looked it up, there was a little button that I could have pushed. It's orange to pay it. So you have to make the payment for it to go through. It said you have 1 day to pay it or something. So you may need to call, it says complete this. This is what it's showing. Wait, I can't hear you. Sorry. Go ahead.
In my account, I have always my credit card, not this. This is to make the transaction right now, and I always use my credit card, so I don't know what's working like that. But I will pay tomorrow. I will say okay.
Okay, so yeah, pay. I don't know why I did that. But that's why I said if you can
Call
customer service before you do it, because if you call them, your credit card is on file. They'll be able to process it.
Okay, but much better this way. I will call and I will do this.
Mm-hmm.
Until tomorrow or until today?
You could do tomorrow. You have until the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You do a picture, Monique?
Huh?
You take your picture too, don't forget.
I will take a picture. When do I forget? Are you kidding? From here on out, if you guys only knew what I was going through the past 2 days, I'm taking a picture for everything because I have to have documentation that I'm actually working. It's been a crazy couple days and I'm still recording. Whoops. Okay. I want you to, I can cut it out, I think. So in your back office, there's all of these things. This is the product guide. It's a product training guide. It looks like this, and I printed it up. You may have gotten it in your packet, but go through there and print up the sheets of all the products that you guys carry in Germany. And then you can also get you can have the EHT one that has the ingredients and it has everything so that you keep this on hand. So it took me 6 years, 6 years to print this, and I keep this with me now everywhere I go because when somebody asks me about a product, I can say, oh, let me see, and I'll pull it up and I have all the stuff for them. So it's a really great resource. Yes, Angela.
It's the carpet.
It's the carpet. It's the carpet. Oh, Ivana, you don't know. We had this whole thing one time about the carpet. We didn't know what she was talking about. We were like, the carpet? What's the carpet? So yes, the carpet. It's the carpet. All right, let me go ahead and stop the recording.